వంశీ స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందా?
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే. Okay, in the last class we discussed about the programming part. Today also we are continuing with the same thing. That is how Java programming language can be written. So this is what in the last class we discussed about this one. That is import statement. Every Java program must contain one import statement. So this is a import statement which is defaultly available when you are writing any Java program. If you include or if you are not including this statement, by defaultly this statement will be included into your program, Java program. Next we have seen that is a class keyword should be followed by a class name, and there should be a open flower brace, and after that there should be a main method. There should be one main method, and under main method you have to write some statements to be executed. And next, writing the main method, you should close that one, and after that main is part of this class, so class should be closed. So this is the basic thing which is followed in the Java program. Next we are about to learn this thing. So why we have written such kind of a things before the main method? Before main method, why we included these things? We should know that one. So for that, we are step by step following this one. That is the third one. Third aspect is public static void main and string args. So we will be visiting first this thing, main followed by string args. So every program in any type of a language, either it is C, C++ or Java program, there should be one main method so that any compiler or any executable, that is compiler or interpreter, whatever it may be, for execution engine to execute any program, main method should be part of that programming language. So this we have main method is available, but with a different signature here. So in Java, if you are writing like this, it means that whatever inputs are given to the program or whatever statements you are giving as part of the program, they are in the form of strings. So if you are giving any input, something like digits, let us say that 10, 20 or 30, any kind of input, that is also in the form of strings. See, try to understand this one. Any input which is of different format, whether it is float, integer, character or any string. If it is a string, there is no problem because it is a string. But if it is integer, float, character or double, what happens? Because it is a string, how this could be understood, how these arguments can be transformed into string, whether it is integer, character, float or double. That is what the point lies here. So there is one kind of operation is needed for changing the inputs, because only main method understands only strings. It cannot understand other formats. So for that we need special thing to be done as part of the programming. So I will discuss in the next program also. First, let us see that the main method accepts inputs in the form of strings, and they are stored in an array, arguments array. So next, so what happens in the next step, it is mentioning as void main. So what do you mean by this void main? So main method is performing some task, whether the result of this main function should be supplied to another program or not. It depends upon the programmer or the developer of the application. So the result of this main method is supposed to be carried to next program or not. It will be decided by the return type here. Here return type is void. It means that it is not returning anything. There are other options also available there. Example, something like int main int main. Next, we have other options like, this is the most probable option, that is int result, char main or whatever, char. If it is resulting, if it is giving a result like characters in the form of characters, then it should be like this. So you are including this int void or character because the main method is returning something in the form of integer if it is int. If it is void, if it is returned as void, it means that main method is not returning anything. I think it is clear. Next, we are following this one. In the next step, we included one more thing, that is static void main. Up to this point you have understood. Now we are discussing about the static. Why static is needed before the main method. So let me write some sample program here so that you can understand easily. That is, or I will show the previous program. So this is our sample program which we have written in the first or the second class itself. So what happens here is, this is what happens here. So static is included here because for any method to be executed by Java program, we must need one object for it. To access any method in Java program, we need an object. So how we are going to access these methods? How we are going to access these methods? You just see this here. First we have a class. Then we have object. Next we have methods. So this is the construct where we are accessing methods by the usage of object created on class. So every class there is an object, based on that object a method will be executed. So what happens in this main method? Who will call this main method? Because it is a starting method which is executed by the JVM. Before main method, we didn't create any kind of object for calling main method. Do you observe here any kind of object creation here? No, it is not there. So only main method is available. So who will call this main method without creating an object? So JVM understands that main method is one kind of a method which is a special method called as a static method. So I am giving a clarity here that any method to be accessed, it needs an object. But here main is one kind of a method which is the starting method which is called by the JVM. Which is called by the JVM without creation of any object. Let me write this some signature here. Class that is, let us see, ABC. I'll show you here, class ABC followed by public static void main string args. So after this, you should create one object for this class, that is ABC A equals to new A, B, C. This is what happens regularly. That is, it means inside the main method, we are creating object. This is possible. This is regularly done. But as I said, to access any method, we need an object. But this object is created after the main method. So who will call this main method? JVM will call the main method, and it is a special kind of a main method, that is static method. So static methods which are directly accessed by JVM. Static methods are the methods which are directly accessed by the main JVM for execution. So you can understand from this point that any kind of a static method, it can be accessed before the object creation. So object creation, without object creation, a method will be executed only when it is a static method. So I think it is understood right now. Next, public. Why public is included here? Because any method of one class to be accessed by the other, or any kind of a JVM. Here JVM is accessing this method, yes or no? JVM is accessing this main method. So to be accessed by the JVM, it should be under public nature. If it is private, we cannot execute main method. Even it is static also, if it is not a public in nature, then main method is not available for JVM to be executing the program. I think everyone understood this point. That is, main method is a static method which is executed without any object. So to access a main method outside of a class, then it is called as a, to outside of a class, then public signature will be included before this main method. So up to this point, everyone understood, I think so. If you have any doubts, please raise the doubts in the chat box. Anyone, if you have any doubts, please raise the. If you have any doubts, please raise the question. Otherwise, I will continue with the next point. Can I continue? Okay, I am continuing the point. The next point. After public static void main, we are supposed to discuss one more point that is an important point. Or important thing, that is formatting the output. How we are going to see the output of a program. Let me write one sample program. Are you able to hear me? Not getting any response from you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a sample program where you are displaying a message onto the screen by displaying a message. Message is nothing but here the hello message. So if you want to execute this program, first of all, you need to save this program as how first.java. You need to save it as first.java and then compile this using a command called as javac first.java. Next, after compiling this program, you need to execute this program by using a command called as java. That's it. This is a sample program. This is the name on which this program has to be saved, and after that compilation, and after that execution. So these are the basic steps to be followed, and after that let us see that some changes. Let us update this program with some kind of a logic, like to add two numbers, what we have to do. First of all, to use any variable, first we need a data type for it, and we are declaring it, and after that we are initializing it. Next, y equals to 20. Okay, now this is what we have, and after that int z equals to x plus y. So the output is z here. So what happens here is we are taking two variables in this program. Just we updated the program with the other logic, that is addition of two numbers. That is x and y are the two variables. We initiated with these two variables with values like 10 and 20. And we took one more variable, that is z, which is storing the result of x plus y into it. And after that we are printing it by using system.out.println statement. So after compiling, after executing this program, you will get the result something like 30. So how to change the operation here? How to format this operation? Just now you have listed, simply you are giving a variable and it is displaying the value. Let us say that I want to include some statement like the sum of x and y is. After this, if you write like this, it will be an error. Observe this here. I wrote this one followed by comma and followed by a variable. It will be an error in Java programming. So you should not write like that one. So what we have to do, you just use a plus operator. It is called as a concatenation operator, because main method treats any kind of an input or output in the form of string, only inputs. This is a string that will be added to the another string, but z is of type integer, yes or no? Z is of type integer. So main method feels that it is a kind of a string. So both of them are strings and they have been concatenated. String concatenation, it can be used. So this is one way of formatting the output. Next format is nothing but simply you can write here x plus y. So if you write like this, let us say that instead of writing z over here, we replaced z with this one, x plus y, actually what we want here. But the output is wrong here. If you write like this, the output will be not the correct one. So to make the output correct one, you just place this one brackets over here, because it is treated as one unit, and after that it will be added to this string. So if you are writing any program to display something onto the screen, be careful in writing that one. So this is how you are going to write the formatting of output. This is in one line you can display the output. Let us say that the next line you are going to let us say that you are writing output, one more line should be included. Simply write it x plus y. It will get the correct answer. But if you are doing this one here, it is not the correct answer. It is possible here. You can display x plus y or z simply. Because we have used z there, you just write simply z, or you can use this one removing z. So this is how we can format the outputs according to our requirements. And I want to discuss an important point. One more point, let us say that this I removed, you observe here system.out.println, I'm removing ln, I'm removing ln. So what do you mean by this? If I put ln is nothing but new line character, after printing this statement the cursor will be pointing in the next line. If I use ln, the cursor will be in the next line. If I put print only, the cursor will be somewhere else here. After displaying this statement, it is pointing near the is s character. If I use print, the cursor will be beside the statement. If I use ln, the cursor will be in the next line. Okay, this is a small difference between print and println methods. I think everyone is clear about this thing. So every Java program needs one import statement. If you include or you are not including, by defaultly one package will be included, that is java.lang package. Okay, if you are not if you want a specific class to be imported into your program, then write something like this. If you know the class name, if you want that class should be imported into your program, then write this statement. Or else simply you don't know the class name, you just write the package name followed by asterisk symbol. So it references all the classes in the package. Next, for a class keyword should be used and the name should be given, and after that public static void main should be included. So public static void main is nothing but main method. Main method is nothing but through which we can execute any program in Java, and it accepts only the inputs in the form of strings, and they are stored into arguments array, and it is not returning anything, that's why it is void main. And it is the first method which is available for the JVM to be executed. So to execute it by the JVM, main method should be written by static. So because objects are created after the main method, that's why main method should be called first. For that we need to put static before the main method, and for accessing outside of a class we should put public before the main method. Okay, public should be there before the main method because JVM is accessing a class main method which is part of a class. So we are calling the main method outside of a class, so public should be there. If a main method is returning any value, then you will be preceding it with int or char or float or double. So to access any method, first you have to follow this signature, that is class object method. Methods are called based on objects which have been created on classes. So every class, there may be an object or there may not be object, but if you want to access methods, there should be object of a class. Methods are part of a class. To access them, objects are needed for us. So this is a sample program where, see, to demonstrate why main method is called first. Main method is called first because objects are created afterwards. So objects are created afterwards means main method cannot be called before the object creation. So static is needed for it. JVM will be calling this method by using a static method and public. Next, this is a sample program to demonstrate how to format the outputs. So this is a sample program which is including three variables, X, Y, and Z. Okay, it is less than 1 minute, I think so. Okay, this is what we have, two variables, and the third variable which contains the output and should be displayed by using a concatenation operator like plus. And to execute any Java program, first you need to save that, first write the code, then save it as first.java, then compile it, then run it. So these are the steps for the programming. In the next class, we are going to see data types in Java, operators in Java, control structures in Java. Hope you all understood the topic. Thank you, one and all.